Hello YouTube, this is Joshua Cullen here. Thought I'd do a quick update on the military generator. As you can see, I got a different engine. I drove down to about 2 hours south of here to the Twin Cities, picked this thing up for about $250. Of course, my car over there averaged 50 miles per gallon, so I only burned about probably about 4 or 5 gallons of fuel. 260 that'd actually be more like a little over 5. What spurred me getting this engine is frames right there. You know something is up. That's the engine in there. Ended up having sparkles in I don't know if I mentioned that in the last video. So I got this one. Luckily it's a steam shaft, so here's the stator and fuel tank for it. I just put it together for storage. The rotor is in there. So I got this engine, put this generator head on. It was making a loud rattling noise and all that. Very inconsistent voltage and frequency. 85, 135, 85, 135, something like that. I was trying to get the engine calmed down so I could dial everything in. And then that quit making power. So, and all I did was I swapped generator heads, which wouldn't upset it, you'd think, but apparently it did. It was making like a consistent scraping noise. I thought it was one of the tins rattling. So after that happened, I just set it aside. And this weekend I did work on a mower for my coworkers, easy peasy. Then I tore into this thing. The rotor and the stator look fine. So in this control box, it was kind of fun to get it in here. There's a metal can that is basically the voltage regulator. I'll put a picture somewhere of the schematic, and it's all in one metal can with connections coming out of it. And I looked in the military owner service manual for this generator. It says replace voltage regulator. This, of course, it's military would expect. So there's that. So I'm basically condemning this generator head and the engine. Of course, that's what I'm kind of not that surprised it's from '69, so I'm not that. Of course, I did sink a bunch of money into it, but to try and get it running off a marine tank so I could run it for longer. Okay, I didn't really expect that to happen, but there is a silver lining, if you can call that, for this happening. Is I just noticed that the intake tube for the twin cylinder is much longer on the single. No biggie, I'll modify it. Well, anyways, I've already had to take parts off the '69 engine to put on this '87 engine. I have an idea what I might be powering with it, but if I can get the voltage regulator fixed on that, I'll throw this back on the generator and rebuild the generator, and I'll have a 500 watt military generator again. The valve cover screw was screwed up on this engine, so I took it off that. The crankcase breather nut was not working right. That's about it. This is electronic engine versus a points engine. That one is a points engine. That is my 1500 watt that I plan on getting up and running. That's why I stole the intake tube off the old engine to put on there. But I am half tempted to replace that engine, which is from 72, with this. This is an electronic engine from 86. I'm kind of hesitant to do that for one reason, because of what happened with this one, but I don't think it will be as bad. But that is a little bit more useful than the 500 watt. Sorry, the shoulder hurts. I was yanking this thing yesterday and trying to show us on, and it kicked back. Forgot to have it on the run position. I'll pull this out and I'll give it a run. I made a whole separate video that I probably won't do. I'll probably just post this one. This is the rotor. Here's the fan. I thought I screwed up because I was prying in here very lightly to pull this off the old engine, but I switched to this, it popped right off. This is actually a brushless generator. This winding right here was throwing me for a loop. That's until I remembered I watched a video of a 15 kilowatt propane generator that ran at 1800 RPM, and the guy was saying is that a brushless generator can use a winding instead of brushes to excite the rotor. Hangnail. So it was throwing me for a loop, but once I realized, I thought it was like an asynchronous generator. I don't think there's a thing, but once I put two and two together, it made a lot more sense that they use brushless, because again, they don't want to have brushes you got to replace every so many hours. I think that's the problem with that engine, is it was like most military stuff, it was just beaten all to heck. And yes, I did put an extra muffler on it because it's, again, loud. Well, back onto the generator head basically failing on me, is that thing, that military generator, what end up happening, or I don't know what, but one of the vibration mounts for the control box is completely sheared off. So you can literally lift the back end of the control box off. So I'm going to use the parts off this control box for that generator. And I can use the vibration mounts, maybe not, from this for this one. I'm more than likely going to replace the engine, partially because I got to redo the fuel system anyways, but I might not. Of course, this thing probably weighs about 3 times the poundage of the 500 watt. I can lift the 500 watt by myself. This one, it's a struggle. Of course, this thing probably weighs 150 to 200 pounds in itself. Look at the size of that generator head. So, yeah, that's what's up with the military generator. I was looking at the video I took. I didn't like it. I'm just tired. Because a lot of stuff happened with me, or basically stuff is not going the right way. But I'm working through it. So that's the main issue with the generator, the military generator, I should say. But I think there's a silver lining. Is just like the gas engine I bought for the Aaron's rear engine rider. I can use parts on the Craftsman, which is still waiting on bearings to come in. I ended up buying a whole used axle for it because I don't feel like pulling the the inner race off the spindle, and then having to polish the both spindles down to under 0.75, or down to 0.75, because that's the whole issue. They're too big for the bearings. So I'll be right back, and I'll have this thing outside. I'm back. When I bought this, it came on this stand. I didn't have to do anything with it. I basically made sure there's oil in it, and basically threw a little starter fluid in it when I first got it last weekend. Popped right off. I don't have much arm strength in this arm right now, so I might have to switch to the other arm. Which I think I am going to. I hate when this slaps back. Try this. Of course it won't when it's on camera, go figure. Of course, probably gotta prime it a few times. That's one nice thing. This comes with a fuel pump on it. Or a hand tickler, I should say. Ow. Run, choke. It ran yesterday, fine. Then again, I could probably, I'm just sore today. That one didn't even wrap right. as you can see, it runs. So, of course, it took me longer to start it than it, yeah, go figure, right? So, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye.